FXBros.
What's up, people? We are back, starting out the week. It's October 20th, Sunday. We're about to go over these markets, see what the Australian dollar can do. I know recently, since the beginning of this month, basically in October, we started off selling from a bearish daily engulfing, which in turn formed into a bearish weekly engulfing, as you can see here on this weekly candle, engulfed the previous. And that's what we kind of been into sales. And as you can see, we didn't further extend into all the way to this low or to this structure low. We kind of been hanging up right around this little range right here of 6,800 and I guess 68 and 66.5, if you want to call it that. That little range where it's just traded back into. Look at the daily. Like I said, we're coming from that bearish engulfing on the first, and then we sold off. We had market trying to settle off around the 10th, the end of the week of the week of the 7th of October. Towards the end of that week, kind of started to stop with the selling. We had a few bullish candles, but that was only to set up for a continuation for sales with another bearish daily engulfing to start off Monday on my birthday, October 14th. Shout out to the Libras. And we sold off. We didn't completely come to this low. I know I called this low. I know I had a TP1, if y'all remember, at 67 flat, which is right here. As you can see, we hit that on Tuesday, and then the following day, Wednesday, we sold out to the next TP of 66.80, and we went as low as 66.6 or 66.5. That boy piff. And now, as you can see, the market is starting to turn bullish, and we're starting to push higher. As of now, I mean, I'm still kind of, I'm not gonna disregard this trend line until we truly have a breakout. Like I said, looking at the daily, we did have a breakout here and a retest, and the market basically was only going this high. If you notice why it was going this high, if you look back right here, this is the old high of 2024, back on January 1st. This is the old high. That's what the market's reaching for. As you can see, after the market, soon after the market broke that, we traded right back into it aggressively. Not only aggressive, it was a bearish engulfing. But that didn't hold true. The market reached higher, tapped into this old gap we had from 2014, 2023 in February the 14th. And since then, we've been selling off abruptly, basically eating up all this clean traffic before we got into this congestion area, which we're in right now. It would be nice to just go with the flow. You know, we get a nice little close on the daily. That's cool. I would be looking for a sell-off, probably going into maybe like noon to 4 p.m. tomorrow when this daily candle closes. On Monday, I'll be looking for sales on the 4-hour, as this candle probably creates some kind of wick, or maybe it starts to sell off from the highs and creates the momentum. You know, and this is what we'll be looking for. It creates the momentum to sell off starting a new daily candle to start the sell-off, setting up for a bearish engulfing. So if we see that on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, bearish engulfing setting up right after New York, the New York and London crossover, which is ending right around 11 a.m., 12 noon, then yeah, we might have a good chance of getting in early on a daily bearish engulfing. That's how you can catch that early. You want to look to see what would this scenario look like, even if this daily candle is going to continue bullish. It can go higher, reject this trend line, and then sell off, and all that can happen. Like I said, throughout London session and into New York session in the morning. So we're gonna monitor that. On the 4 hour, this is pretty much last week. Didn't do too much. Like I said, we had a continuation of sales, especially following that daily bearish engulfing. Right here, we had on Monday on the 14th. So we look on the 4 hour. Monday on the 14th was right here going to Sunday and Monday, bam. Your first opportunity was that late night going into the London session. You had an opportunity to get in. Stops, I would say, if anything, above here, because you're above the trend line too. So that would be a good stop. And sales would be, that's where we would be targeting at 66.80 area. So if you entered there, it's like a 12, stops at 30, let's see, 42, so it's a 30 pip stop, 12 to 80. It's about a 1-to-1 trade on a 4 hour. So following this potential bullish trend, we're starting to see form on Wednesday, midweek, which is kind of making this just a break-even type of week. We started off Sunday way up here, so it's not too much of a break, but you can see we sold off and then had a bullish engulfing here on Wednesday, and it started to go higher. So that would leave a wick on the weekly. If we look at the weekly, we should see a bearish wick right here, bam. So on the weekly, it's telling a whole different story, but it's kind of going, it's still telling a bearish story, but on the daily, we can see it happening. We can see this push higher, probably throughout London, kind of sell off, consolidate, maybe through the London crossover, depending on what news we got, the London crossover and in New York session, maybe try to peak around noon, and then from noon to 4 p.m. sell off some more. And then the new daily will continue with that trend, sell off, furthermore engulfing this one, and continue with the sell off to fill in the wick on this weekly candle right here. All I see is sales, I ain't gonna lie. I would rather see, even though I ain't gonna lie, it could happen, but it already broke this trend line. If we reject this on the daily, I see sell continuations. I would rather see a setup right at this low, maybe, or maybe back down here. I know the market did. This was a weird situation in September where the market sold off like this on this week, going into oh, that wasn't September. What is this? It's August, yeah. August 5th. The week of August 5th, we sold off, sweeping the low of the year. I know that was a big market event that caused this sell-off, so that wasn't true price action. So we can kind of avoid that out and really just look at that as a level that the market could just reach to. This could just be a hiccup right here. But like I said, it did settle off in this congested area. It came down here for a reason, regardless if it came here or here, anywhere in here. It was a reason why it couldn't sell lower. But who knows? Maybe we bounce off this trend line, like I said, on the daily, start to get some more engulfings on the daily, selling off and filling wicks, especially if the fundamentals is there to match up with the technicals. That would be good. What's up, Scully?
What's going on, brother?
Shit. Yeah, I was just talking about. I saw that weekly bearish week we probably can engulf, and looking at how this daily setting up, it'll be nice to see if we get a, maybe push higher and reject out this trend line. Have it give it some difficulty to fight to break through this trend line again, and then maybe continue with a sell off the next day with a bearish engulfing.
Yeah, I like that. I like that idea a lot. Just the market usually, like they said, usually tends to run on those Mondays and Fridays.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, just that bearish movement we've been having on the daily and the weekly. Just looking at the charts of those, it's just just kind of sticking to the trend of that. You don't want to really get caught up on these buys, like, oh, I think we're catching a reverse, we can hit way up there. So it's like, you probably want to look at the lower time frames and see where you are before you look at those movements. That's why we like to look at the larger time frames and realize where we at.
Yep.
Catch those. But yes, I like that a lot. Yeah, buy up, get to a nice area to where we can reject, even if it's to those that most recent bearish engulfing that happened on the daily right there to the left. Can reach up and tap those highs or whatever. But yeah, the trend line is there for a reason. So yeah, see how it's going to react in those areas, that zone that you have marked up off the weekly. So yeah, let's see what we do.
Yeah, like I said, yeah, we could wick up here, but as long as the body closes under here, that scenario still may play out strong. If we close above here, not to say we still can't give a bearish daily engulfing, but it just gives it more. It has to sell off harder. That's when, do we have news events coming out that's gonna play in our factor for the Australian dollar and the US dollar. That's gonna that can eat that whole daily candle up, because if we buy up here and close, that's hard to say we're gonna get a bearish daily engulfing. It's not impossible, but it's just hard. I would see something like that happening up here, like where it's coming from it's really sweeping a significant area versus when it's in the thick of shit.
Yeah, I agree.
But it could happen either way. Just have to wait and see, how the market rejects these areas.
Facts.
Let's see what the 4 hour looking like. Like I said, we did get a bullish engulfing mid-week, which caused that weekly wick that we saw in that bearish weekly candle. Got this 4 hour engulfing. I said the week started here on Sunday, right here in this gap, which we still didn't fill in. So hey, who knows? The market may want to trade up in here and kind of just do what it normally does in the stock market too. On certain trend. Even though I'm gonna keep it real, following a trend, this is a high place to be. Like, if you're gonna continue with a trend, we shouldn't even go above here. I'm gonna keep it real. We shouldn't go above 67.33. So the fact that it could come up here is kind of telling a lot. I'm gonna keep it G, but it's all about how the candles close at the end of the day. all about how the candles close. And thus for following the next candle, because just because you seeing how one candle closes is, like in this, bullish daily engulfing. I mean, 4 hour engulfing, you could have easily just bought off of that. But one thing that would have made me hesitant is just that this 4 hour candle is so fucking big, adjacent to the other ones. So I'm gonna be expecting this candle to kind of close big. Now, granted, as we can see, it didn't close that way, and I know most people probably not gonna wait for the next candle to close before they make their decision.
Hey,
But
bro. Yes, no, I got you. I was just about to say that. Zoom in on that, just so like they can
yeah,
really see that price action right there. Yeah.
yeah, but
Perfect.
this bullish engulfing. Now, mid candle, when this was up, I'm pretty sure everybody who entered here was happy. And probably, let me see, you entered here at 93, and you probably took a little profit. 10 pips, you probably closed a little profit. So that probably been a nice little trade. But nonetheless, even if you entered here and you took some profit and saw it come back, it was really no signs in my eyes to get out of buys. I would say, if anything, I would be looking at this. This how I would look at it. I like to go like midway on certain scenarios. So I would pull up this and go here, and then we zoom in. I would say 50%. As long as we don't get a candle closing below there, like I would see how the market, like if it's sold off right here, then I would drop down to like the 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour.
And what tool is that did you use just to kind of like?
This is the Fibonacci.
All right, there we go.
Basically, you go from the low to the high. And I only use this just to find the mid level. That's it. I know a lot of people use a 38 retracement levels and all that. I don't really go off of that. This is all price action. I go off of what the candles look like. I just want to see what is the mid level of this candle. Where's a good discount area where price could come to. So not only what I would be looking at, like I don't want the candle to close below here, but anything under here, this is where I'd be willing to roll a dice and put in buys at. You feel me? And as soon as I see price starting to reject here, I know I could kick back because I know it's about to happen. I know this was a manipulation move, trying to get people in the sales, thinking that like, oh, this was the manipulation to get people out of sales, and we about to jump right back in.
Which I'm sure in that area where that rejection happened probably was a 1 hour engulfing that happened.
Right here.
No,
This one?
No, to the right where it dipped low and hit that 50%.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah.
My friend, so
That was what was that, Wednesday going into Thursday? Let's see what the 1 hour look like. Right here. So we didn't really get an engulfing, but yeah, we didn't really get an engulfing, but still.
that was an engulfing candle though.
Right here.
No, the other one to the left that
Which,
really big one that happened off the news. Yeah, that one right there.
oh
So
yeah.
like that was like for sure a price action. So
yeah, that was Australian dollar news probably.
Yep.
Yeah. Which probably, looking at the time, it probably came out at 6:30. So this move happened at the 50% level. Hence why market settled off right here. This is probably what news dropped at 6:30, because this is a 6 o'clock candle, and then the market just shot up from here. Then it sold out right when news dropped, and it continued on with its bullish move.
Yep. Slight little retest and then continue going.
Yeah. And I'm not even looking at it, but I could bet, because I know how Australian dollar, they usually drop news at 6:30 instead of 6 o'clock. You just tend to see that 20:30 on the news release. Now we go down to the 30-minute. Still don't see the engulfing. Maybe 15-minute show it. There you go. There go your bullish engulfing from that rejection on a 15-minute.
Yep. On 30 probably too.
Yes, sir. And I really could edit this and take all these values off and only put the 50. And actually, I'm gonna show y'all how to do that. So you go to the settings and you see all these check marks. Just say, nope, I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want that. I just want to see. I don't want that. And then I don't want that. That's all I want to see. Bam. Now my shit is adjusted to what I really want to see anyway. Is the mid level of any type of expulsion move on a daily or range or anything. So if you close this out, if I want to look at a range, like I said, we was looking at, okay, we seen this sell off, this whole sell off. Let me pull this up. Let's see what's the range? Where is a good area it could come up to? Go here, go down to the low, and bam, 50%. That's where we at. So if the bears are in play, then the market shouldn't build structure above here, per se. Granted, I know it can't come as high as up here, but overall, this is what we should start seeing bearish.
It's like either consolidation or more of like a reversal or something.
Better on a higher time frame. Like when you look at the 4 hour, the daily, that's why I said we come up here, probably settle off, and this is where you would want to find, like, not here. You would want to wait for price to come up. If you bearish, you want to wait for price to reject, and this the area right up in here. You want to find a bearish engulfing and to catch that move. Or sometimes it may sweep, like right here. This would have been a good sell, but it didn't work out. And it just happened like that. Some win, some don't. It just didn't work out. So bam. And you kind of knew it wasn't working out when you see the next candle not only close with the body so weak, but the wick didn't even go past this. Like, that's enough sign right there to just kind of, just cut it. You feel me? Don't even worry about it.
That's a nice breakdown.
So yeah, that's how you can implement the Fibonacci in your own way. It's all subjective to how you look at the markets, man. At the end of the day, how do you see it? Because the chart, everybody got the same charts, but you may we could stand in front of the Mona Lisa, and everybody could see something different. That's all I'm saying.
That's facts.
You feel me? People might point out shit that nobody else saw. People might just really see, even the ink blots. When people look at the ink blots, when they do that in the psychology stuff, they pull up the little pages of the ink blot and like, what do you see? And people just say random stuff because everybody sees different things, and what's in front of them. So let's take a segue into this news, man. See what's going on. So as you can see, we have no news for tonight, Sunday, and we have no news for Monday. And looking at it, we have no news for Tuesday because all we have is Euro news. They're having a speech at 9 a.m. and so yeah, when they market close, they're having some late night stuff. Wednesday, we cracking off with existing home sale. That's gonna be a big focus point as far as the economy. seeing where we at on these home sales and how the market is moving. I think, you know, it's still a lot of people doing a lot of relocation that's going on still. It's a lot of people, especially with the job market. I know it's probably going to be a lot more people relocating to other places where they got jobs and offers and stuff. So, yeah, and then within the city, there are people that's just upgrading. Like it's more people that's just like, finally, we saved up enough money to buy a house, so they about to buy their first house, and you know, people getting out of college buying houses, and new families, and old people selling their house to downsize. Like it's a whole lot of shit going on that's, you know, going on with this. But we all know the big cause of it is just overall people getting priced out of stuff and moving from these more expensive areas to a place where their money can stretch, like Texas and Florida and Atlanta and Arizona. But yeah, we got that. Then Australian dollar at night, 5 o'clock, Judo Bank Manufacturing and Bank Services. Thursday, we got some Euro news coming out early in the morning, 2:15, 2:30, 3. Just some manufacturing news pretty much coming out. Also, we got some UK news coming out for the GJ, manufacturing news for them all as well. Then we, of course, coming out with the jobless claims. We got our global services and manufacturing. Everybody got manufacturing news coming out for Thursday. Also, new home sales coming following after Wednesday with the existing home sales. Then we come with Thursday with new home sales. Followed by Friday with the Michigan consumer sentiment. We got durable goods, 7:30. And then we have, what is this? This is Spain coming out with their unemployment rate, which is dang, Spain. The unemployment rate is at 11. I'm gonna keep it G. If we continue with this trajectory, we could be in the same boat. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. But wow, that's crazy. So yeah, hopefully they got some better news coming in. But yeah, that's wrapping up the week. I would say it's kind of playing into our trajectory for the week. We don't really have too much, so
to continue this kind of bearish overall movement, that, you know, probably get some bullish.
Wednesday morning, we probably, especially with the news,
Yeah,
if it does give us volume, we might continue with the bearish movement, probably like Wednesday, or on some manipulation shit, probably early Wednesday, Tuesday night, like London. We might catch sales early on the 4 hour around that time on Tuesday night. Because ultimately, we're looking for this Sunday candle to close. And if it's going to give us that, the next candle to do a bearish engulfing, which would be a Tuesday close. Monday evening to Tuesday evening, going into Tuesday night and Wednesday, which would give them enough reasoning to manipulate people out of sales. You have more than enough time. It's about like 8 to 10 hours after that candle closes. So yeah, man. We locked in, man.
yes, sir, man. It's been a nice nice run. A lot of volume been added in. It's like the last, you know, with the last quarter. So, you know, when the market goes through that consolidation, exhaustion, whatever they call it, it's like when it's just, you know, it's moving side to side, whatever you want to call it. That's when you gotta step back and look at those larger time frames. Otherwise, you would kind of get tossed up. It usually happens after, a good run where it's just running. You just if it's going bullish, you're taking buys, you take profit, you get right back in after that, and it keep running. You take profit, you get right back in after that, and then after a while, you know that stuff dies down, and if you're not smart enough, you can get caught up in that, in that hype of, oh, I'm gonna get another run, I'm gonna get another run, and you just get binged up, up and down, up and down, up and down, because you caught in that consolidation, and you are not able to switch over into like that range trader type of mentality. Um, if you can switch, cool. By all means, get it in if you got the time. But if not, then just step back and wait till those larger time frames play out. Like Six said, like looking at Sunday, analyzing the weekend overall for the movement, we thinking our entries as far as like nice size entries may get get in towards the end of the day, Wednesday, as early as Tuesday evening. So
Yeah.
just be patient on what you really want, and realize what your bias is for the week.
Like
Can
we
it
at least got Tuesday candles to close. Like Tuesday, 4 p.m. Like
yeah.
if we want a bearish daily engulfing, you at least gotta wait for Tuesday at 5 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So you might as well not even look at the charts.
Hey, there you go.
Come on.
Yeah, no, facts.
Keep it real.
Facts. Now, if you want to go ahead and be like, okay, I want to be in, put your tester in right now. Put your 1 unit tester in right now. If you like, okay, I'm bearish for the week. Boom. And then let that one just float, 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 float. The moment that 1 unit tester is down like crazy, like, I don't know, we Australian, dollar USD. So crazy for that pair would be like, 30 to 50 pips. Like once it start going to that, you like, oh, okay, let me really take a step back. But when
Right.
you're looking at the weekly, you can probably range that even higher to like, 40 to 80 pips.
Right.
Um, as far as like the ultimate stop loss. So yeah, I do that often.
Yeah.
But that's for the ones that's like I need to be in it and be in it with a test and then realize like as far as like really putting that size on it, you may have to wait, especially for our setup. We waiting on that engulfing. It's going to have to give us two opposite, candles for the other one to engulf. So we need at least a day or two to pass. So I was saying at 4 o'clock, Tuesday, that's when we'll really be able to analyze and come back again, have a conversation amongst ourselves and the Telegram and really see where we at and, make a decision then. It's really, really not, it's only hard when it's not simple. If you make it simple, it gets boring. And I think that's what's hard about it. Um,
Because you excited about it. You want to be. We look at it almost like a video game. Video games are instant gratification. You don't play video games for something to happen next week. Like that
right.
shit happening right there. So we kind of get excited about it. But like I said, when you're looking at it as a business, you really got to be patient for them 2 days.
That's a fact.
Because them 2 days while everybody else is in the market, scalping and whatnot, you waiting for the big move to happen, and you waiting for the opposite to happen of what that move did to get into the true move.
Hmm.
But you could lay in that move. You ain't gotta like scalp, like you swinging it more. You could sit in that the rest of the week, but you look at the daily, and all your dailies just printing bearish candles, and you just collecting profit at that point. Adding in more sales if you want to.
Yes, there you go.
Mhm.
There you go.
But I mean, let's look at it. Since we are in October, we just embarked into, the fourth quarter. Or we pretty much at the end of October. Looking at the monthly here, we got the monthly charts up. This is the end of the year, 2023. where would you say the market is probably gone?
Wait, where's the end of the year 2023?
Right here. This is December 2023.
That green candle.
Yes, this last green candle right here at the end. This is over here is 2015. So this is all what the market did. You know what this is. And yeah, this is where we at right now. What would you say is 2024 about to embark on?
70 cents or higher.
Why? Explain.
Because we are coming from a double bottom and engulfing. Um, Now we do have wicks to the left, so it can easily reject that. But
You see more bullishness, especially with the double bottom, bullish engulfing, two bullish engulfings from this double bottom.
yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't blame you.
yeah,
So we go forward. Bam. Does that change your trajectory?
yes.
Why?
Well, for one thing, that's another engulfing. So even if I was in that that bullish movement, even though my my entry, I mean, as far as like my stop loss, when I would enter right there, I'm not doing this on the monthly, but my stop loss would be below.
Like I saw this. This is November. We would have probably been in the buys on a 4 hour down here. I know what this looked like on a 4 hour and a daily.
Exactly. So like if that would have if this was a 4 hour, let's say if I would have entered right there, my stop loss would have been below, right around there, yeah. And when another engulfing would happen, then I'm out. That's just a new flip, you
Right.
know. But yeah, so I will be out of that. So that's why. Because it's an engulfing, it's the
It,
same opposite setup.
it flipped your bias type shit.
Yep.
Especially knowing that knowing it's rejecting from these wicks too.
From those wicks, because I called that last.
Yeah. So we go forward. You start to see, yeah, he was right. Now the question is it going to sweep these lows and continue low and maybe attack this wick? That's the question. So you see how
I would say yes, and the reason why is because that bullish candle, bearish candle, right? To the left.
yeah.
No, one more that right before that bullish engulfing, that bearish candle that closed right before that bullish engulfing.
Oh, this one?
Yes, how that closed below the left. Like if you look to the left, how that closed below the wicks and stuff.
It didn't.
No, if you move to the left though, all the way to the left, see that candle? Yeah, right there. That body closed below the wick of that.
This one.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and it closed below the bodies of this, really.
And the bodies, yeah. And the bodies.
Rejecting the bodies, rejecting the bodies. This is the first candle to close. So if it was going to continue, this is the proof. Like we already broke the low. We might retest here.
If anywhere, it's gonna go to the wicks, the wick of that red candle. That doji to the left.
Right here?
No, keep going all the way to the left.
Oh, right here?
That one is gonna go to the bottom of that. That's where it's gonna reject that.
Yeah.
That's why I have my eye on. So let's see what it does.
So bam. It didn't engulf, but it did trade up, but it came back weak.
That's a hammer. So yep.
So, it's still bearish. It didn't do nothing yet.
No.
And that's the proof. Bam.
Boom.
So it showed us where we could go. It engulfed that body wise. Still a what you call, not a doji, what you call it? Well, no, that is a doji.
That's a doge, yeah.
Yeah, that's a doji. Bam.
All right.
Came up to this wick. All these wicks. It closed though.
Give me a bullish doji.
Mm.
Told you.
Weak. Now, what we will want if this bearish trend is what we will want here next is a bearish engulfing.
There we go.
Now the question is how low? Maybe we may settle here, or maybe we may finally go to this wick or this low. Who knows?
It's going.
Let's see what is going. You know, we swept these wicks. You know, this candle right here, even though it was a doji, finally closed above this wick, this most highest wick. After this body didn't, it failed to close above. We get this little bitty baby one to do it, and then bam, we get a bearish engulfing. So what it did sell off. It did come to this low, sweep these lows.
Take profit.
It was low, but it was like, oh hell no, this is not where I want to go right now.
Mm-hmm.
Not only that, still didn't close above the previous wick, but it did wick above. But not only this, just like how this candle didn't close above these wicks, this one did finally close above all these wicks. This candle did. So let's see. Is this the final telltale? Like we ain't going no lower. We done with the lows. We swept all lows. We going higher. Let's see. Bam. Now let's see. This is the high of the year. So the significance of this candle, we just swept the high of the year. Not only the high point of the end, the fourth quarter, that December high, we swept that, and really the highs of the majority of 2023 we swept, because the high point was January, which we have, you know, a long ways to go, but this will be looking like we might sweep, you know, last year's high.
Facts.
Even though we did do the bulk of it, because this candle right here is March, and all these wicks, second, third, fourth quarter, that closed above that. This one candle. So one would say we either gonna continue bullish, this is what we wanted to do, and we about to break back into the range, and we did our job. We all we wanted to do was sweep highs, come above highs, and start to sell off. Who knows? Let's see what the next candle. Not only did we get the two bullish candles, was followed by a color change, bearish engulfing. Now at this point, especially after seeing this engulfing, I don't have too much.
Cap. That one cap.
Yeah, I don't. Not to say it's not cap as far as it could just instantly selling off. Because I'd be like, well, this one could have instantly sold. Why didn't this one just sell off? It was the beginning of the year too, you know. But now it's like, okay, we sold all over here. Now we actually swept the beginning of the year, you know. So maybe this might be the real. Maybe it needed to build up to this to really sell out. Maybe this one.
If you look to the left, there's no clean traffic too. So that's one thing. You look to the left, it's just all traffic jam. Like nothing's clean for it to go down to. So that's another thing. It's just like, you know, when you get an engulfing, two candles left, another engulfing going the opposite way, another candle, another engulfing going out. Like, yeah, that's when you're like, okay, let me step back.
Right.
See what I'm looking at. But yeah, keep on going, bro.
Let's see. And right now, that's where we at. So question is, this could have been the sell-off that we were looking for, but it didn't. Now, after the market ran up, swept the high of this year, the high point of the end of fourth quarter going into next year, and sweeping majority of the move of 2023. And then if I want to just be slick, let's pull out that range. Let's see this this propulsion move that we had at the end of the year of 2022 into 2023. And I'm gonna get the whole move. I'm gonna get January, this whole little move. I'm gonna get from January to the high point. And if you see right here, this 50%, what did it do? The market swept right above that. So who knows? We don't know until this candle closes, but this could be the sell-off that we were waiting. But I agree with you. It's not a lot of this engulfing, bearish engulfing is not this bearish engulfing. I agree with you. It's not the clean traffic like this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. So I'm
that had more of a surety to come at least to this area, even though we went below it. But this one had more of a clean traffic flow to just sell off into these candles versus this. So yeah, man, that was a good little breakdown, man.
Really nice.
That was a good little breakdown, right quick.
Really nice. Impromptu, live, in depth.
Big facts.
Shout out to my boy Trap, man. They got somebody charging $9.95 for this, man.
Come on, man. Boy, eat, man.
Let's go.
It's a beautiful thing, man. People get to take care of their families, immediate families, extended families, business associates. Like, it's a beautiful thing.
Getting to learn from these people, from all over the world. Think about all the dudes, all those, those OGs, or just the guys that your peers that you would learn shit from just in your neighborhood alone. Like if they had the tools of, like, think if Bubba would have had a streaming thing when he would be playing Resident Evil.
That's crazy. Yeah, we was all in that bitch.
Come on, bro. And
that was real gaming days.
Real gaming. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, one kid.
Bring your whole console day.
Just about to say that one kid was able to buy the game. His parents, he was privileged enough to where they was able to buy the game. All the neighborhood is coming to his house to watch him play.
Facts.
That game. Like, yeah,
to play it. They could just take rounds on that bitch.
I know a lot of people, if they do tune in for this, they probably, you got to be, I would say, over.
That's why we love the Dreamcast so much. That bitch came with 4 ports.
Come on, bro.
Like, we could really get it in, boy. They understood. Was they the first, or did Nintendo 64 do it?
No, Nintendo was ahead of its time. So if you were super privileged,
you had to be rich. Fuck that privilege.
On the first Super, I don't know if it was on the Nintendo, but for sure the Super Nintendo, they had adapters with the 4-way splits.
Yep,
you could be able to play.
Yep.
I actually have it. Yes, I have a collection of vintage consoles. I
want to say Sega Genesis had that bitch too, I think.
Yeah, Sega Genesis had it, but yeah, I got a 64 and a Super.
Nice. Classics, man. That shit. Them 2 games right there changed a nigga life.
That's a fact.
I'm gonna keep it real.
That's a fact.
Even though Dreamcast had a nice little leap into the new, but the leap from Super Nintendo to Nintendo 64 was just like mine. When nigga played Mario on Nintendo 64 with them graphics, like we were blown away.
Oh yeah.
I remember them times, boy.
Just think about my thing was how you can jump into the story, like through those paintings, like you going into each world throughout, like,
and you jump the painting.
Yeah, I was like, the way that they did that I was like, this is next level.
Yeah, I remember that. Damn, you brought it back.
Yeah, boy, because they combined the story from all of them, like, into that one. So yeah, boy, you go in the worlds through the painting, and you going through all the
about that thought about regular Nintendo when he would jump through the tunnels and go to a different portal, like how they probably thought that was like next level.
That's a fact.
Like, cause that's where that shit came from.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Oh man, video games. Of course, what you call them really smashed everybody with the PlayStation.
Yeah, Sony came.
I know what did it for me when it was this boat game we had that you raced in the water.
Jet Moto.
Jet Moto.
Yep.
when the water they had in that game,
Yeah.
man, I was done.
I'm gonna tell you what, this what it was with me. I felt I have never to this day, which is crazy. Well, have I? Nope. You probably have. Um, been on a jet ski.
Never.
Okay.
We was kind of talked about it when we was in Florida, but we just had too much damn fun on that boat and in that water. I was like, there's no need for it.
Yeah, nigga really did not have the time. Like,
We didn't have that time. That would have been a whole next day type thing.
mhm. But no, what I was saying, from playing that game, it felt realistic. Like the
Yeah,
waves when you hit
yeah,
them, like I was like, oh, okay, so this how it is. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Like,
When you go into like that view, when you like, yeah.
yeah. To this day, yeah, they say that that's the console, like the PlayStation. But I don't know. I'm just stuck with which one? Probably because I just like Microsoft, the company.
Oh, with Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say for sure you could have more group, like people could throw more parties. People could throw more PS5 parties than Xbox parties. That's all I'm gonna say. Like
But what part? Because
they sold more units, so it's more people in the world that's more comfortable with playing with a PS5 than the Xbox. That's all I'm saying.
facts, especially like nowadays, how these kids know how to like.
It's you got to be a real nerd, a real person that's into like technology and shit to even want to go for an Xbox.
Yeah.
And that's how it started when they dropped. You know, it was the computer heads, the niggas that was already playing games on PC, and they still to this day play games on PC. That was the people that was
Oh, that's the wave. Like,
yeah. Right now, yeah, that's the wave. That is the wave right now.
yeah, like you like if you playing, which
They
which is
trying to compete with the PCs. If you want to be real, Xbox and PS5.
yeah.
The amount of graphics that a computer can hold,
Oh
and
yeah, it's like amazing. Yeah, them gaming PCs are ridiculous, and then they could code it and be in, in those jailbroken or whatever they call it, them GTA
yeah,
games. Like,
yeah.
niggas could really be in the studio opening up
You can do
doors.
the game.
Yes.
You can if you can download the game and go into the code. You can decode that bitch and play all the games that people play on PlayStation. But you can have your characters wearing a Mary
Yep.
and stuff like that, and creating them different skins and whatnot. Yeah, man. Overall, we're gonna continue to monitor this bullish movement we've been having since midweek of last week around Wednesday. See how we react to this trend line, and possibly, like I said, if we get the setup, especially on the 4 hour, and then into the daily, if we get that bearish engulfing setup probably here Tuesday, Wednesday, that'll be nice.
That'll be a really nice. Yeah, gotta be patient. Wait for those good moves and sit in them.
And also, you gotta look at this. What's gonna make this sell off? More than anything, is a bullish dollar. So we pull up the
Let's,
DXY.
let's check it out.
DXY coming off of bearish engulfing, which created that move that we saw on Wednesday last week. It just came a little later. If you see, we go back to Australian dollar. We already was, like I said, we was turning bullish right here. But as you can see, we didn't really come across this recent high of this bearish candle till the end of the week on Friday. And that's when you got that bearish engulfing. So now if you look at the DXY, you talk about clean traffic. Looking at this, the Australian dollar should go flippity doo-dah, like through the roof.
True, but
We
it
don't.
don't work like that.
It don't work like that. You're right. It don't
But
work.
but yes, and also it's that it's not as clean as it look.
Mm,
As crazy as it may sound like. But one thing that's on the daily, and then if you look, it's like
move. Look at this clean bullish move that it did. You would expect from the end of September in Australian dollar, we would have a clean bearish move. So we built up the Australian dollar, the end of September, right here. We got this bear. It's pretty clean. It's pretty
no,
clean.
that's clean. That's clean.
We got this rejection right here. We don't have the bullish engulfing that we have on the daily for the DXY. So, we're just going to see how it play out. We may sell off into here.
That's what I'm saying. Like I could see something like that. Like
Right
it
here.
don't. I won't see anything closing below that. And if it does, then all right, yeah, we gonna be like you said, flippity doo dah. Like
Right.
yeah,
That's it.
that's a fact.
And we potentially, like I said, I don't see it, but we could potentially maybe get a weekly engulf if that happens. Who knows? But we'll have to see.
And even then, it won't be that one will be weak if it will happen on a weekly.
Yeah.
I need that there needs to be a wick that goes down, and one would say to engulf that wick and then be an engulfing.
On the weekly.
Yes, like when you said for it to be like a strong bullish engulf, like the fact
You
that it's going up, like
here.
no, yeah, this is gonna wick up and it's gonna end bearish.
Yeah. Let's see. It was all recorded live. We're gonna play it back on Friday and see.
Please, this entertainment purposes only. This is analysis. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. In the beginning, there is a nice, really, really nice message. Just explaining this channel and what we do here, man. This is we do this every Sunday. We just happen to record it. We do this for ourselves.
Facts.
Only one that don't listen to it is Six. Six don't like to listen to this shit.
Yeah, I don't listen to this shit. I'd be too busy listening to that.
That's a fact. But no, man, yes, this is a good thing. This is my playbook. This is my film. So
Nice.
how do I journal? Every Sunday, tap in.
Nah, facts. Big facts. Yo, you are your only competition.
It has to be that way, especially in this type of field. That's just like getting on the track, and yeah, granted, you're trying to race other people, but you see a lot of guys, they'll get fourth place, third or fourth place, and then they'll be crying and stuff because they got a personal best. You just wanna beat yourself when it comes to this stuff. But
Anybody that owns gold, you are now richer.
I would say anybody that owns gold and or Costco.
Real talk. Costco doing numbers too.
Yeah, boy.
And on the slick, I'm gonna just throw this out here, but Bitcoin trying to creep up on niggas on the slick.
I ain't trying.
You can see that bitch hovering around 70. That's that golden number.
It's
We
going.
ain't, we ain't seen 80,000 yet, but we done been around 70 a few times.
We going.
You heard me? So
Go to the weekly and look at it in golf and try and find it.
right here.
There we go. It's not all that. It's not all that strong, but what the monthly look like? It's crazy, but
It wick down. This is everybody has this wick. Every chart has this wick. The S&P probably got this wick. Bitcoin got Australian dollar. Everybody got this wick on August. So yeah. Speaking of S&P, let's pull that out right quick. Look at that S&P. There go your Costco. There go your Nvidias. All that new highs. Nvidia approaching new highs.
I don't know if it was a good thing or a bad thing that I got into just investing into the stock market heavily when Nvidia went bonkers. Even though Nvidia been on the stock market for years, but yeah, it's kind of crazy what that's been doing.
USD raises lift price target to 13 from 12.
See what I'm saying?
Right now they are approaching $14. This was 2 days ago. And 2 days ago, it was at a low of 13.28.
I'm thinking about gambling on Lyft.
Yeah, Lyft got a nice upside. Nice upside.
Well, they got a crazy upside. Like they got a damn hike.
Oh man.
That's why I said that damn.
Uber is a nice buy, boy.
Yeah.
Record this, play this back. Uber is a nice buy.
Mm-hmm.
If you was here, what would you be waiting to buy? You'd be looking for a pullback right up in here. It gave you that. Uber is a nice buy right now. Especially with this gap too. Hell yeah, Uber is a great buy. Nice pullback.
All right.
I'm screaming that to the top of my lungs, nigga. And if it starts to sell off, get out. Like I would get out under 67 cents. That's why I would get out. If it go under 67 cents, I would get out. I wouldn't even play with it. Because then the next buy would be at 72.50. You can have a tight stop at that buy too. Not too tight though, because they got this gap down here. But yeah, that's a nice buy. I like Uber. I like Uber.
Damn, yeah. Uber does look good.
Mm. Damn, TSM, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
That bitch jumped from 190 to 210. Nigga.
I think our return on that gotta be over whatchamacallit.
Well, whoever caught this 170 rejection in October with this bullish engulfing. Lord have mercy. Oh, they just had earnings. That's why that bitch popped.
Yeah, bro, we just hit over 100% on TSM.
I don't know her bitch. That bitch jumped up 8%.
I should have got in options. Boy, I would have been like, all right, I don't do forex anymore. But yeah, I'm a
Oh man.
just the way I just been like on the buy and hold, like it's been crazy.
Them niggas reported a 54% increase in quarterly profit, surpassing forecast. You think?
Damn, jeez.
and providing strong guidance and contributing to a rebound in semiconductor stocks. So they probably doing good, AMD doing good, Nvidia, of course, doing good.
Yeah, Lyft was up 40%. It's up 40% this year. It's actually a nice buy.
Yeah,
I might I might do a
Lyft been a good buy since that earnings, bro. Since they had that earnings in August, like what more do you want? Rest of them niggas gave you a bearish engulfing off the gap opening off that new week.
yeah.
No, yeah, that was into that week of earnings. Man, come on, you get this bullish. Oh my god.
And have you have any problems with Lyft? Like as far as like if something would happen, like you gotta call them, like
All right, put it like this. Let's have a little story. We on live. I'm gonna,
all right, we done.
yes, on the phone. I was gonna tell you, but last night I picked up this dude from this house. He had on costume, vampire outfit, so they just come from a Halloween party or something.
Okay.
I see him walking, kind of lean and stumbling. He opened my car in a drunk tone, asking me because I just seen him change the address and added a new stop. He's like, "Are we? Do you have the address? Are we going to the right address?" I like, what? Because I was just like, this nigga slurring, like, fuck. And then he was like, yeah. I was like, yeah, we going there so and so. He's like, okay. And I was like, I said, you good, bro? You need it? Because I see when he opened the door, he was with his partner. His partner got in the car. He was a little bit better. He wasn't really too drunk and slurred. He was really up to par. But before he got in the car, the drunk dude, he went in the back and started spitting up. You know that when you about to throw up, your mouth get water.
Yes.
So I asked him, I said, you need to throw up, bro? He was like, nah, I'm good. But he just said it in the sort of, nah, I'm good. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, he about to do it.
Why? And I had to take them a total of 36 minutes. The first stop was like 24 minutes away. The next stop was like, I don't know, like 12 minutes away. Some shit. 8 minutes into the ride, I hear
No.
all in my backseat, nigga. Now, luckily, before we left, his friend whispered in my ear. He was like, "Bro, I'm sorry, like, but I got a bag with me just in case." I was like, "Bro, you gonna need more than a bag, like." This nigga, he was a big dude too. I was like, this nigga about to blow chunks. Remember how they used to say that? Blow chunks?
Yes.
Like, that's what he was doing in my back seat. So he really threw up on himself. And as much as he threw up, he filled that grocery bag. Yeah, he threw up 3 times. He did it, kind of laid down, threw up again, fell asleep, threw up again. Like, I was like, oh my God. I'm talking I had all the windows down. So lo and behold, I had to take pictures, which when I dropped them off, I went and looked in the back. I'm thinking I'm about to just see a splatter effect of throw up. But it was just on the floor. So I took pictures of that, sent it to Lyft, and they got me back the next day, which I think is gonna be tomorrow, if not today, $40, which I thought I was gonna get the amount I got the last time, which they hit me for like the 3. I think it was like 250 or 300.
Okay.
But yeah, they took care of me, man. It was, it was quick and easy, the app, and I ain't really had no problems with Lyft either. It was just, when they kicked me out, they was really like not treating it like, let me look into this. Cause yeah, you've been driving for so long, you've been doing your thing. You a platinum plus, you've been putting in the hours. Like, let me really look into this. But they was just like, nah, they was reading the booklet. When somebody call you with an issue, you say this. They was doing that.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah.
So I was just getting to run around, and I was just like, okay, in the process of this, let me jump to Lyft. And I just, that's why I feel like overall, I know once I get heavier into stock market investing, like, yeah, I plan to go heavy on Lyft. Now, granted, I'm gonna keep it G. I'm not gonna be dumbfounded about just my love for the company that I, put work into.
True.
Because if Uber has a better financial breakdown of the company, of course I'll pour more money into that. Even though Lyft may do the same thing, it may move in a bullish fashion just like Uber does. But Uber right now at $79. And who knows, in 20, 30 years, Uber could just be really controlling transportation. Like niggas not even driving no more. And
Facts.
stock could be $1,200.
Yes.
So I'm looking at it like that. So I'm not gonna be, like I said, I'm gonna really look at, that's why I said when, as far as Trap, when he break down stuff like real talk, if you really pay attention, bro, you could just really look at his lives, especially after he do all his speeches and he preach. You could really look at his lives and learn how to trade from that.
No. Yes.
He give all the sauce in his lives.
Yes.
And that's the same thing with Aristotle. That's the same thing with Raja. That's the same thing with us.
That's a fact.
If you enough of these lives, you'll catch on. We don't really, like I said, it's mostly for us, but we talk about structure and what we think is gonna go and engulfings and what it could do, what it didn't do. Like, yeah, you'll learn, and you'll learn the right way, how to really look at the market instead of just, teaching you
And not
about
only that, you'll find your way.
facts. Because you could take what somebody else taught you, blend it in with our way of, especially our the psychological ways of, breaking out of over trading and FOMO and just revenge trading, all that stuff, and actually enjoying not trading.
Facts.
That's the what they call that, like when you got the diamond hands, that's when you really got that emotional thing to a T. When you can have a full day of looking at the market, expecting something, not seeing what you expected, and not putting on a trade.
Don't click not one button.
Nothing. Just not putting on a trade. Like that's when you really like it.
Facts.
They're only looking for quality setups and taking losses on them. You taking losses on quality setups, that's when you're really cold.
It's a fact, man.
Mhm. Yeah, man. XRP is just like XRP
I'm
is
done. I already said. Well, I ain't say.
XRP is a more volatile stable coin. That's what it's starting to look like to me.
Okay.
You could just make money with transferring XRP to USDT or whatever the other stable coin is. Just doing that trade. Whatever the exchange rate is, I'll just make that trade. Cause the bitch don't move that much, but at least it'll move more than a stable coin. Well, a stable coin just gonna stay one price for the most part. But if you look at XRP, it's gonna stay one price for the most part.
Right. No, that's true. That's why I was like, as far as like my heavy, I took a lot out of my XRP and moved it and got me some couple of gambling meme coins.
Yeah, you did. This is the time to definitely put some $50, $100 in some of the meme coins, because they definitely gonna run. If they do, they're gonna run for this fourth quarter bull run that we about to get into.
Oh, that's a fact. That's why I did it. Yeah. When Bitcoin go to running heavy, yeah, the meme coins gonna be doing 100 to 300, some 1,000%. Like,
and you take it and run, because everybody, if you've been in crypto for long enough, this shit don't always go up. So don't be expecting the meme coins to just be running up 1,000,000%.
there is not one market that I mean, if you think about, but everything has its ups and its downs. So yeah, you're right. If it shoots up crazy, then
But
I believe come next week it'll drop down.
like a lot of these coins don't have a lot of stability to be in true use. So a lot of them are only used to generate a lot of buzz income, and then the people who hold the most amount, all they need to do is sell 50% or even more than that, 75%, cause a frenzy, a selling frenzy. And once they get to a certain amount, start adding more buys in. Like when you got enough money, you could really become like a hedge fund and a whale to some of these coins.
Hmm.
Real talk. Especially like when it's like the beginning of Shibu and Kishu when all that shit started. Yeah. The niggas who dropped like a M when it started, yeah, them people could control the market. Them getting out of the market could make it sell off and make people like you and me like, oh shit is dropping, let me get out, which will in turn make it drop even more. But they could start it. They could start the avalanche.
Damn. Okay.
That's real talk. Uh, yeah, man. We just gonna monitor this thing, bro, and see what we get coming
Yeah,
up.
man. Yeah, we go be patient about this one. I know I will for damn sure, and I am still bearish, so waiting for it to give us a nice entry. So yeah, if it can buy up to that area that we're looking at, you know, into that zone to the left. So get some rejections around there and continue this bearish movement, man. But
Are you in anything on Australian dollar right now?
no, I'm not.
Okay. I think I'm still in a tester sale from up here from around my birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like I said, that's just a tester. It ain't really affecting that count.
Yeah, if anything, I was honestly looking for buys going to 67, 67.35, 67.40,
I can see that.
and then turning around,
I can see that.
you
But
know.
the daily.
But yeah, it'll be small. It'll be small buys going up to there. Um, stops will be, super tight. If I want to get anything, but as far as like my really nice heavy move would be that sell ultimately.
I got you. Yeah, I'm probably about to get out of this sale just to psychologically be prepared for the next situation.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah, we are there. All right, man. We're gonna wrap this one up, you dig, and we're gonna be back. And we had 12 views on this video. Nice.
Let's go, man.
Somebody said, "Hey, what you buying?" What's up, unknown? Um,
What's up, unknown, man? Shout out to unknown.
WW unknown. You hear me? Shout out. But now we as far as for buys on Australian dollar, I mean it is pushing bullish. We did have this 4 hour engulfing, so if you got in the buys last week, you're probably still sitting in profits right now. Just like Jay had pointed out, if you are sitting in buys, TPs would be 67.30, 67.40 up in that area would be a good level to take profit. Because at that point, we'll be looking for bearish engulfings to play into this weekly wick.
Yeah, we'll be looking at some type of rejection around there for sales for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, man. But yeah, shout out to everybody, man. Appreciate y'all for looking at shit you did. But yeah, man, we out. We gonna be back next Sunday. I don't know what 27th. You hear me?
Yep.
Shout out to our cousin, man. Congratulations on the Justin, man. Congratulations on the what you call him, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to them on their engagement. Sure that'll go well, and got another one coming
Looking to
into the
see.
world, so that'll be another blessing. So
uh,
yeah, man. Shouts out to
Everything is about growth.
the fact. That's a fact. So same thing with these charts, man. We go get it in and grow within that. So yeah, man.
Nah, facts. And brother,
All right, man.
I'ma holler at you. Whenever you already know we gonna tap in, keep in touch on the Telegram,
For
and
sure.
we'll be back next Sunday, man. 8 p.m. You already know.
Let's get it.
All right, man. Peace.
Peace, peace.